As the baby boomer population continues to age, the need for quick, easy personal property sales continues to escalate. This is especially true when preparing to downsize or move to a senior living community. Having a plan to help ease the transition is important. Hello, everyone. I'm Cheryl Musial, and welcome to My Care Advisors. In this podcast episode, The Benefits of a Living Estate Sale, we are joined by Tara Haas. She's the owner of Blue Moon Estate Sales of Merrimack Valley. Well, welcome, Tara. It's such a pleasure to speak with you today.
Hello, Cheryl. Thank you for having me.
Tara, I would like to know, what is the difference between an estate sale and a garage sale? I've also heard the term a living estate sale. So how does they all typically work?
It's a great question. I think the main thing to know is that estate sales and garage sales are similar in the sense that there's a desire to rehome unwanted items rather than discard them. People really don't want to see their stuff end up in the landfill, but the differences do matter dramatically. I think people often assume when they hear the word estate sale that it's only for the very wealthy or only for the case where somebody has been deceased and a family member is handling the true estate of a loved one. But that's really not the case. And the idea of a living estate sale is handling the property of a loved one who is still very much with us, but is making a change in their living circumstance. The biggest difference is that when you're hosting a yard sale or a garage sale, the responsibility is really on the homeowner or a family member. And they're really already shouldering so much if they're in a caregiving situation. So that's a lot of added responsibility and headache. In the case of an estate sale, it's run by a professional company that really allows the family to focus on what's important for the transition of their loved one. Because of that, you'll find that estate sales are more formal, more structured, more professional in their appearance. They are designed to clear the entire contents of a home, not just what you would fit in a garage. And they will sell everything from kitchenware to furniture, clothing and jewelry to fine art and vehicles. The home is staged and all of the contents are on display. And the sale actually occurs in the home, not just in the garage or the yard. The estate sale company does all of the research and pricing of the items in the home to ensure that the family is getting fair market value for their possessions and that you get the most return on your personal property and in a timely manner. Typically, a garage sale happens over a weekend. For an estate sale, the end-to-end process takes about 2 weeks. And at the end of that, you have an empty home and a check in hand, and you're ready to move your loved one forward.
That is great information, Tara. I was wondering, what is the right time to consider having an estate sale? And also, what are a few considerations to start planning for the sale, especially for older adults and their caregivers?
Well, if your family has already decided that a parent or a loved one needs to find a senior care solution and you're looking at those alternatives, that's really the time to call a local estate sale company. There's really never too early a time to get more information and find resources to help make your family's decisions easier. Most estate sale companies will be well connected in your community and will really help you consider the options that are best for your family situation in order to clear the contents of the home. Every situation is different. And we find that there is not one solution that fits all, but we can usually leave a family in a better situation than when they first call us by providing them information and resources. We do find when people are moving from their family home into a senior care living environment that there's often far more personal property than the new space will accommodate. And so an estate sale may be the best way to move those items onto new homes and put a little money in the pocket of the family. The most important thing is to have a consultation as early as possible before you start throwing things away or donating items that may have value and bring money back to the family. Keep in mind that you don't have to have antiques or fancy furniture, expensive art or collectibles in order to have an estate sale. That's a misconception a lot of people have. While those items can be sold in an estate sale environment, You may be surprised to learn that it's the everyday decor, the kitchen items and furniture that people often seek out when they're shopping estate sales.
Oh, that's very interesting. And I was wondering, Tara, how do you, as a professional from Blue Moon Estate Sales, support older adults, during this whole process?
Well, this is the best part about my job, frankly, and we really see our job as being all about guiding families through an emotional time. It can be difficult, it can be overwhelming. It may be the first time you've had to deal with this type of situation. We've seen it many, many, many times, and so we really can help guide you through this process. We handle the end to end clearing the contents of a home with compassion and care. It's not just about the things in the home, but the people who have lived there and the people who are caring for them that are really important to us. Our goal is to help people feel good about letting go of their things so they can focus about what's most important to their family. We find that caregivers and clients are often concerned that their belongings are going to end up in the trash, or frankly, that they've left something of value in the home. We really focus on finding new homes for as many items as possible. We do have a keen eye for where there is value in the home. And then we can help coordinate the donation or clean out of whatever's left at the end of the sale if that is necessary.
Oh boy, Terry, it really feels like I should have known about you when I was downsizing about a year ago or so. It'd have been a much easier process. I was wondering for older adults and their family members, if they decided to have an estate sale, what are some of the next steps, for them to consider their items and their treasures, and how do you help with that transition?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to ensure that the family members are helping the person that's moving on to their new living situation identify those things that are treasured, those things that bring them joy and comfort. It may be a pillow or a chair or a particular picture or a particular piece of decor. Really selecting those items with a keen eye towards what will fit in the new space and make them feel at home. Second, it's really important that the family members decide if there's anything in the home that they want to keep. That it may not be moving on with the loved one, but they may have a treasured item that they want to bring home and keep with them. And that will help the estate sale company when they come in to evaluate the home for a sale, really understanding what is available to be sold and what is the family is keeping is a huge help in terms of them being able to determine if it's an appropriate estate sale for them or if there's a better solution. Third is really have a good sense of what your timing is. As I said, it's never too early to call and ask questions and have a consultation, and then they can work on the actual scheduling and booking of the sale. If the house is going on the market, your estate sale professional can partner with your real estate agent to coordinate. And if it's not, it's always a good idea to have the estate sale once the home is no longer occupied. So having an idea of what that timing looks like will help your estate sale professional guide you through the process. And while we can turn it around fairly quickly, and we've certainly done so in our case, the earlier you bring in the professionals, the sooner you can focus on the bigger decisions and hand off the details of the personal property to the real estate or the estate sale professional, rather. Certainly, if you find a reputable estate sale company, they will notify you if they come across personal information, confidential items. We've come across passports and social security cards through our days. And if there's ever an unexpected item of notable value, jewelry, coins, cash that we found in drawers and under mattresses, they will certainly notify you of that. For us at Blue Moon Estate Sales, your peace of mind is really our number one priority through this process. We are in constant contact with the family to answer any questions and address any concerns. And we really believe it's our mission to treat your loved ones and their home and their property with the utmost care and respect through the entire process.
Tara, are there some resources that older adults and caregivers should consider in this whole process of downsizing?
Well, certainly if you think that an estate sale is a path you'd like to consider, you can search on estatesales.net or estatesales.org to find an estate sale company in your area. Our company, Blue Moon Estate Sales, is nationwide, and so you can also go to our website and look for a Blue Moon in your area. That's usually the first place to start. Alternatively, often realtors have partners that they work with, either in the cleanout capacity or estate sale companies. And so they're always a great resource to turn to if you have questions. They may have a preferred vendor that they can refer you to.
These are great resources, Tara. I was wondering, just to close it out for the day, can you share any other thoughts or tips or even a personal story of the experience that you've had in helping older adults and their caregivers navigate this whole transition?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to me and why we really want to educate people that an estate sale is an option is that often people think their solutions today are either hosting a garage sale themselves, which again is laborious and time consuming and stressful, calling the cleanout company, which nobody likes to see the truck back up to your garage and take away your entire life's possessions, or they try to do it themselves on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or listings of that sort. And while for one or two items, if you're experienced using those resources, they are certainly a viable tool. If you're trying to clear the entire contents of a home, or if you don't have experience using those tools or navigating those marketplaces, they are fraught with fraud and unsavory characters in some cases. And so we really do encourage people to just call us as soon as possible, as soon as they think that they might want a solution like this. And again, if it is not a right fit for us or the family, we will always provide them resources that we think will service them better given their particular situation. We're very familiar with all the different avenues that you can consider: consignment and auction and doing it yourself. And there is a right fit for each family. And we really see it as our job to help guide people to find the right thing for them. And it may be working with us at Blue Moon Estate Sales, and it may be something else. So really that first phone call should be to an estate sale company just to understand what your options are and educate yourself.
Well, thank you, Tara, for being with us today. And I'm sure our listeners, you really picked up some great tips and wonderful thoughts about just how to start thinking about an estate sale and the next steps.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you, Tara, for sharing your insight with our listeners and helping us better understand the benefits of having a living estate sale, especially for older adults and their family. To view resources, show notes, and access more My Care Advisors episodes, visit mycareadvisors.com. You can also subscribe and listen to our podcast on your favorite app. I leave you with this quote from Frank Lloyd Wright: "The longer I live, the more beautiful life becomes." Choose to be inspired to live the best life every day. Thank you for listening. We are grateful to be your guide.